teams out to the landing site and bringing the capsule back home. And we'll even hear from the cast of the film Asteroid City. Take you to Wig Mountain, where our field reporter Sophia Roberts is standing at the forward edge of the vast landing zone, where she joins us live now. Sophia,
thank you,
paint us a picture.
Lauren and Jim. Now, it is a bright and chilly morning, but the excitement...
Okay, can you guys hear me, and is it choppy? Let me know,
now, let me give
please.
you a lay of the land of what is going to happen today. The sample return capsule is going to hit the top of the atmosphere at approximately 8:40. It will descend through our atmosphere for 13 minutes before touchdown. Once it does touch down, our team with the recovery team will go to the sample, or the capsule, and start that carefully rehearsed recovery process. Now, I am on the edge of the landing zone that we call the ellipse. It is a huge landing zone that is larger than the size of Rhode Island. And behind me are the helicopters that will be taking those recovery teams to the capsule once it lands. Now, these teams are prepped and ready to go. We're just
Oopsie. I'm sorry, I was trying to connect my headphones and they connected to the computer instead, which is not what I want.
I did not, and I'm afraid of those cows.
Let's stay with
Should be back now.
With its solar arrays extended, the spacecraft is about 40 feet long, or the size of a short school bus. The solar arrays can power up to 3,000 watts, which is the same as a portable generator. Once on Bennu, the 11-foot robotic arm collected dust and pebble samples, while the cameras got up-close images of the asteroid. How about that? And then, of course, there's the SRC, or the Sample Return Capsule. The capsule that's separated from the main vehicle is currently on its way to our landing zone in the Utah
Okay,
desert.
so does it sound good now,
Jim,
guys?
I think importantly,
Everything
the
sounds
team can't just
good.
open up the capsule right on the desert floor, right? What happens next?
So next, we have to safe it, we have to bag it, we have to contain it, and transport it to the clean room about a mile from here. And in that clean room, we will actually bring the sample return capsule in, take off the back shell and the heat shield, and carefully arrange to nitrogen purge that special sample container inside, so it does not.
There's that clean room
where
they
because we want asteroid, not Earth.
That's right. And I love missions like this because I find my own imagination just bursting with possibilities and questions. And so with about a little bit more than 30 minutes to go before the SRC hits the top of the atmosphere, we're going to take a few minutes to dive into the nuts and bolts. A little bit more than 30 minutes to go. We've got a great mission over the top of the atmosphere. Take a look.
OSIRIS-REx is NASA's first asteroid sample return mission. It launched in September 2016 on a journey to explore a near-Earth asteroid called Bennu. After arriving in 2018, OSIRIS-REx spent nearly 2 years orbiting Bennu, mapping and studying its rugged terrain before carrying out its primary science objective. On October 20th, 2020, the spacecraft ventured to a small crater in the asteroid's northern hemisphere. It dodged jagged rocks and towering boulders.
Okay, so this is where they tagged it with the thing. Okay, so I think it's better now. I turned down the NASA stream. Okay, so I think it's better now. I turned down the NASA stream. It sounds still kind of weird.
An area of roughly 250 square miles in Utah's West Desert.
I'm gonna put NASA like this,
OSIRIS-REx will fire
and I'm gonna try and reconnect my headphones so I can hear.
At 8:42 a.m., the capsule will streak into the atmosphere, blistering 27,000 miles per hour. It will race across the western U.S. and begin to glow with heat, allowing infrared
Without
trackers on
breaking
the
anything
ground
on
to
the
chart its progress.
stream.
As it pushes
Let's
deeper into the atmosphere, the capsule will rapidly decelerate, subjecting the Bennu samples to a punishing 32 Gs. About 2 minutes after entry, it will slow to Mach 1.4 and deploy its drogue parachute, stabilizing its descent. The capsule will enter special use airspace at 8:46 a.m., almost 10 miles above the Department of Defense Utah Test and Training Range. Radar stations will lock on and track it to within 30 feet of its landing site. At
I do have an
8:50
idea,
a.m.,
so
the capsule
give
will
me 1
extract
second,
and deploy
guys.
its
I'm
main
gonna.
parachute 1 mile
You're
from the
gonna
ground.
see a
It will
weird
make its
screen
final
for a
descent
second.
at a leisurely 11 miles per hour.
It's just
like a
gonna be the
marathon runner
thumbnail.
safe-
I'm just gonna put that on. Now all you guys can see is the thumbnail, and now I have to just turn. I'm gonna turn off something on the computer side here. We still got 42 minutes. We have nothing to worry about, guys. Let me see. Hopefully this doesn't break anything in my stream. But I'm gonna connect my earbuds to the... Yeah, let's not do that. Let's turn that... Uh-oh. I don't want to turn that off. Okay, I think the problem is solved now. Let me test it very quickly. Let's see. Let's just test something.
With jump.ca.
Oh, that's not connected, is it? Something's going on here, guys. Give me a minute. I'm sorry for the wait here, but there's a problem. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Anyways, I am gonna bring you guys back. Let's just go to scene.
But we'll
and
look at
there we
those in
go.
the context of another object in the solar system. So, wow.
I'm back.
Wow, indeed. All right, we'll be taking some
Back
more
to
questions
normal.
throughout the
That's what
morning.
it should be.
Okay, so
But, we'll see.
let us head back to the ellipse to talk to Sophia. I understand, Sophia, you've got a critical team member with you. Take it away.
Thanks, Lauren. Yes, I am joined right now by
Okay,
Stu
we're gonna try
Wiley,
something
who is
else.
the Oscar or on-scene commander of this recovery mission. Thank you for joining me, Stu.
Thanks for having me, Sophia.
All right, so you are the person who kicks off this whole process before even the recovery team gets on the
I'm not
ground.
sure what's
Can you
going
walk us
on
through your
here.
process?
Yeah, so essentially what's going to happen is that once the capsule is undershoot, we'll have a better idea of where it's going to land on the range. And based on that, I'll know exactly what kind of weapon systems we used in that area, what kind of tests we've done in that
Okay,
area.
guys,
So
give
I'll
me a
know better
second
what
here.
kind of
I'm gonna
hazards
try
are in
and.
that area.
So yeah, they're in Utah.
Once I land on the ground,
Couldn't
I'll
tell.
do an initial sweep of the
Although
area
it's
and
a
methodically
desert.
move
It's hard
towards
to tell.
the capsule and mark any kind of hazards that I find, whether it be munition hazards, of course, and or the industrial hazards, and even the environmentally sensitive areas that we have out here. So.
All right, and how did you prepare for this today?
So preparation has been in the process for a long time. Between myself and Jasmine Nakayama, we've got 40 years worth of explosive knowledge. Most of it is on this range here, so we know the ranges very well. The team and the UTR have been working together, both Lockheed and NASA, and we've been doing rehearsals so that we are more familiar with their capsule and they're more familiar with our terrain here as well. Yeah, so.
And this is an active proving ground here. So what are the other steps that we have to ensure that our teams are safe?
Yeah, so at the Utah Test and Training Range, we do have a lot of different hazards out here. Like I said, the weapon systems that we test. We're going to keep them safe from that. We have, again, done many of the preparations with them already. They've taken safety briefings. They've been briefed on the actual items that we've dropped out here in their range safety brief. One of the hazards that we're going to be dealing with, though, is the helicopters that you see behind us, and they've been through practices getting on and off the helicopters and working in and around them. But I think the biggest hazard that we're going to have is slipping. We had some recent rain, so that I think is going to be our biggest hazard, but it could be fun too. So.
Well, wonderful. I know that you have your last preparations for the day, so I'm going to let you go, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Sophia.
Thanks, Sophia. Stu's got a big day today.
Oh, my
A
goodness.
lot to do. All right, Jim, we know we have space fans from all walks of life all over the world. One super fan in particular is a well-known astrophysicist with an atypical side hustle. But I'm guessing you know him probably more from his side thing than his science thing.
Well, that's right. He's literally space royalty and rock royalty. Perfect for a mission to bring back rocks.
Just a true rock star. Let's let him speak for himself.
Hello NASA folks, space fans, asteroid aficionados. This is Brian May of Queen, as you know probably, but also immensely proud to be a team member of OSIRIS-REx. I can't be with you today, I wish I could. I'm rehearsing for a Queen tour, but my heart's there with you as this precious sample is recovered. Happy sample return day, and congratulations to all who worked so incredibly hard on this mission. Especially my dear friend Dante, with whom we already created this.
So I think the NASA stream audio is good. If you guys are watching, please let me know.
NASA's Lori Glaze, Planetary Science Mission Director. Welcome, Lori.
Hey, good morning. Great to have you here, Lori.
Great to have you.
I think my microphone's just a little tinny though.
Oh, yes. Jim and I actually go back several decades, but we've been working together closely for many, many years, and it's so good to see you here. What an exciting moment.
Lori.
Thank you.
It is a really exciting day. So OSIRIS-REx is only
Not sure why that is, but we're going to live with that.
Autumn for asteroids, asteroid autumn, as we've been saying. Can you talk about some of the other missions that are happening this fall?
Happy to do that. It is really exciting.
Although it sounds
we have
better now.
lots of asteroid missions, and actually 4 of them have major milestones coming up this autumn. Right on the heels of the sample return happening today. In 2 days, on September 26th, is the 1-year anniversary of a little mission you may have heard of last year called the Double Asteroid Redirection Test, demonstrated for the first time humanity's ability to deflect the path of an asteroid. How cool is that? And then coming up on October 5th is the launch of a mission called Psyche, going to visit a special asteroid called Psyche also, which is one of only about 9 of asteroids that we think are made primarily of metal, have a very high metal content, iron and nickel. And then about a month after that, on November 1st, is going to be the first asteroid flyby of our mission called Lucy, which will ultimately visit Trojan asteroids that lead and trail Jupiter in its orbit around the sun. But in November, we'll fly by.
So this is coming back from the asteroid.
Wow, check that out.
It literally is an asteroid autumn. But Lori, one other thing, OSIRIS-REx, is a multi-purpose mission, all this great stuff you mentioned, and one of its key jobs is to help us with planetary defense. How does it do that? Way out there.
So actually, OSIRIS-REx gave us some really important new information about an effect, a force that occurs on asteroids called the Yarkovsky effect. And what that really is we know there's gravitational pulls on the asteroids, and we can predict that with our trajectories, but Yarkovsky effect.
So yeah, this is coming back. It grabbed its sample
one side of the asteroid, and then as
in
the
October
asteroid
2020.
rotates, the radiation radiates off into the deep space, and that actually kind of acts as a force that kind of pushes back against the forward trajectory.
It's finally going to be returning it today in 33 minutes.
The asteroid might be. Over time, it really makes a difference. And OSIRIS-REx gave us some fantastic new measurements on that effect.
Unbelievable.
Wow, that is truly unbelievable.
Geez,
Nobody
Lauren.
appreciates the Planetary Defense Axe Fest more than me and Jim.
Yeah, we want to be safe.
Big fans,
Lauren.
big fans. Really quickly here. This isn't the end for OSIRIS-REx. What's next?
Yeah, so really exciting. Now that the spacecraft has released the capsule successfully.
And yeah, after this, they're going to a different asteroid in 2029.
Called OSIRIS-APEX, where APEX stands for Apophis Explorer, and it's off on its new mission to explore the asteroid Apophis, which is going to have a close flyby of Earth in
OSIRIS-APEX.
2029.
All right, stay tuned,
So,
everybody.
Unbelievable.
It's going to look at a different
Thank
asteroid.
you so much, Lori, for
Thanks,
joining
Lori.
us. You're going to stick around for the
It's
show, right?
extended mission.
Absolutely. Okay. This will be the biggest U.S. sample return since the Apollo mission to the moon. But this is not the first time that anyone has captured a piece of an asteroid. On the arrival of the historic OSIRIS-REx
biggest
sample,
one
we
since
celebrate
Apollo.
that the Japanese Space Agency, or JAXA, has already visited 2 asteroids, Itokawa in 2005 and the asteroid Ryugu in 2019. The missions Hayabusa and Hayabusa 2 proved that it could be done and paved the way for today's
look at this.
ambitious goals of this daring enterprise. All right, let's send it back over to James for an update on mission operations. Go ahead, James.
Yeah, thanks, Lauren. So everything continues to be nominal. I've been tracking the mission status here.
Hello,
Everyone
solar
looks
flare.
dialed in, ready to go. You saw a few moments ago Sophia with Stu Wiley, our on-scene commander. He's ready to go. He understands the mission. They are ready to get out and recover that sample today. And as I mentioned earlier, just a few moments ago, actually I guess a couple hours ago at this point now, the SRC was released from the main OSIRIS-REx spacecraft. When that release took place, it was given an initial spin, which kind of preserves its angular momentum, its speed as it's coming in to Earth's atmosphere. It's similar to throwing a perfect spiral on a football, and teams are hoping for that perfect touchdown today. What you're about to see
The
is
capsule has
basically the
been
equivalent of throwing a touchdown pass over
released
10
already.
football fields away and landing it perfectly in that end zone. So you can see on your screen now the mission operations team. They are just next door, dialed in, ready to go. They've been monitoring the vitals of the SRC all morning. They've been there in the room, prepared and ready to go. I'm sure they are absolutely
G
thrilled for
minus.
this moment. They might even see themselves on
Not
the
sure what the
screen
G
in a
stands for. I
second,
believe
but
that might be
they
ground.
are hyped
So
and ready to
they're
go.
going
This
to
is
touch the
Rocky
ground
Martin
in
team,
31
just a little bit
minutes.
north of us in Waterton, Colorado. They are also dialed in. They're the ones who gave that initial command this morning to release the SRC from the main OSIRIS-REx spacecraft. You just heard from Lori that OSIRIS-REx is now on its way to its
Yeah, I don't know why
mission.
my microphone is
OSIRIS-APEX
tinny,
visiting that
guys.
near-Earth
Maybe
asteroid Apophis. A lot
I have
coming up in
headphones
just a
in,
few
maybe
moments.
they're
We're gonna take a
interfering with
key
it or
milestone
something,
of
but
entry, descent, and landing.
I don't think it
13
sounds
minutes
that
of
bad, so I
punishing
think we're just
descent
gonna
through Earth's
do it like
atmosphere
that.
to
Let
us
me know
here
if
at
you
the
guys
National Test and
are
Training
good with
Range.
that.
A lot coming up in just a few moments, but for now, back to you, Lauren and Jim.
Thanks, James. Very soon, NASA's Artemis program will be bringing us more cosmic samples to study by visiting a familiar beacon in the sky. Give us 60 seconds, and we'll give you the moon. Artemis 3 will be the first
This is about
sample return
Artemis.
mission of NASA's Artemis program, sampling rocks and regolith from one of 13 candidate regions on the moon, all located near the lunar South Pole. The Apollo lunar landers returned a treasure chest of samples that taught us about the history of the solar system, dating back about 4 billion years ago. Artemis missions will explore areas near the South Pole on the rim of the moon's oldest basin, the enormous South Pole Aitken Basin. Artemis will explore areas nearly 1 billion years older than those explored by Apollo. Lunar samples from Artemis 3 and future missions will help scientists interpret the impact history of the moon and Earth, as well as increase our understanding of planetary processes.
According to Jonathan McDonald,
OSIRIS-REx, the first
OSIRIS-REx
U.S.
is
mission
now
to
at an
collect a
altitude
sample
of
from an
about
asteroid will return
7,700
samples from
kilometers.
asteroid Bennu. The rocks and dust collected will offer generations of scientists a window into a time when the sun and planets were forming over 4.5 billion years ago. Samples from OSIRIS-REx and Artemis
So,
could
yeah,
rewrite our
it's gonna-
understanding
it's
of the
gonna come
evolution
back.
of the solar system.
And
And
it's-
that's a look
They're
at
going to
your
bring it to the
Artemis
clean
moon.
room.
Boy, Jim, how can you not get excited
Oh
about
my
that?
gosh.
Oh boy, that's going to be so cool.
And
All right,
then-
Sophia is standing at the forward edge of the recovery zone with
Yeah,
an
that's
update.
what
Take it
they'll-
away, Sophia.
And then they have the samples that they can
All right,
study
thank you,
them.
Lauren. We are under
And
20
I think
minutes
what they're
away
looking for
from
is
EDL.
these samples
that
will
is entry, descent,
hopefully tell us
and
more about
landing.
what
and
like,
I
the
don't think
beginnings
there's
of
anyone
Earth was
here
like.
on planet Earth who has anticipated this day more than the principal investigator of the mission, Dante Loretta.
And, yeah, we'll
Thank
have to
you
see
for
it,
giving
wait
us
and see what
time
comes of this,
here
but-
today.
My pleasure. It's great to be here.
All right, so you are here on Wig Mountain because you are on the recovery